Hey wood turners, I'm Captain Eddie Castellan. Welcome to my shop. Well, we're still in the canopy outside. We hadn't fixed the roof on the shop yet, but hey, that's coming, it's coming. Alright, got a few things you've been asking me about. You call every day, and that's really okay. Give me a question. Talked to a really nice man the other night about chucks and gear chucks. Here. This is what's called a gear chuck. This is sat in the weather out here on a lake that I was giving away, and I decided I'm going to go ahead and clean it up. Why? It's a small one way, and it will clean and will work great. But I got more than that to talk about. All you got to do now, you know the deal, the drill, the what's his name. All you got to do is watch. This is really a problem. This sat in the weather. Well, it was under a cover over here on top of a mini jet that I gave to some young fellows that work with me on building tools, and it just collected moisture, and it is in a terrible shape. I mean, you can see the key, can't you? I mean, look at that. I think it's terrible. Then you got the chuck itself. Now, believe it or not, without a lot of big popping clamps and all that stuff, you can take this thing apart and you can clean it. But you don't have to take it all apart. You take the jaws off. You can wire brush those, clean them down. Yeah, do a little scrubby with some WD Magic stuff, and it'll come out pretty nice. Then the body, that's the one where you have to make yourself a key that'll be just like this key. You get a minute or so, you'll see what I'm talking about. You knock the rod out after you clean this up. You knock this rod out. You make a sleeve that'll slip over it, fit in the pistol drill. I got a video on that. Then you put it in there and you dump the whole thing in a deep coffee can. How you like that term? Coffee can. Filled with mineral spirits. That's all. Just mineral spirits. You put the key down in it and you start running it. Now you don't have any jaws on it, so it's going to run wide. And you can just let it run and run and run and run. You can occasionally stop and do a little magic brush on it and all that. But the mineral spirits is really going to get all the goop, crap and all that stuff off of it. Really is. And you'll be surprised. When you get all done, that'll be just like a brand new chuck. Now you can do that with any scroll chuck. You can't do it with the lever jars because I hadn't figured out how to do the lever jars. But if you have a lever set of a chuck, and it's acting goofy, dump that in the same coffee can. Work it back and forth, flip it around, do the other holes, work it back and forth. Was it forth and back? I don't remember. But you do that, then you let it dry out. Don't spray it with WD stuff. No. And don't put old 30 weight motor oil on it. No, you really don't need a lot of lubricant. The latest, finest oil you can get is machine oil. The little bitty squirt bottle made for the Singer sewing machines. There's another one from the past time. Just a drop. Just a drop. Work it in. Now if it's flowing out when you get done, you haven't accomplished anything. Set it up where it'll just drain right through. Okay? That's little chuck maintenance for you. Yeah. Clean up Charles and he'll act right. Now, a couple other things. Yeah, I've got stuff stored over here. Yeah. Oh. This is a Blackhawk sharpening rig. This is how it comes to you packaged. Well, she puts it in a little box that's about that big. And it comes to you all packaged stuff. Now, if you can tell from this that those two rods, the two bars, One holds the cup end for the gouges and the other holds it for the Ellsworth gouge. Those two bars are not in that package. Why? Because we don't provide those bars. You do. You have to go to Home Depot or your local hardware. Go where they have the miscellaneous steel, and you will find a 3 or 4 foot length of half-inch ID. Alright, if you don't know what size, take the base that you've got with you. It's got to slide into that base. Now, you cut it. The 1 foot of Ellsworth is only about 12 or 14 inches long. The other one's going to be as long as your gouge is. What do I mean by that? More tools. If I'm going to sharpen this, it's only Ellsworth. This length doesn't matter. But if I'm going to sharpen this, this is a roughing gouge. I want to have about a 45-degree angle on it, right there. 45 degrees. You measure that with a protractor you can buy in the fine tools section of Home Depot. It's a little protractor with a guide on it. Slip it right over, read it. You want to, if you're happy with the way it cuts, write that down, put it in a mark slide, put it on there so you can get back to that same size. Then when you set it up, this sets it at bracket, this goes against the face, and all you do is turn it. Well, this compared to a gouge like this, you see the difference? 4 inches, 4.5 inches. Now you might have a gouge that's got a 3 foot handle on it. I saw Ashley Hardwood working with one the other day. That thing had to be 5 foot long. Now she probably gets over and freehands it on a grinder, and she'll be happy with what she gets, because she understands what cuts, what doesn't cut, what angle should be. But you and me, well, I and you, we got a little problem. We want that grind to be exact every time, so we have to relearn the tool. That's critical, relearning the tool, because if it's the same grind, same angle every time, it works the same every time. That's why you need to have it set up for that. So if you're going to long tools, you're going to have to make a frame that'll hold the long tools. If it's all getting it within range, 2 feet might be enough, 2.5 feet might be enough. And you got to wing it a little bit to get it there. Don't cut the bar till you know. Bow gouge. Did I wander too far off? I was talking about the Black Hawk rig. I think I got there. Now let me show you something. You see this? This is the tip of the gouge. Let's see if we can get a little closer. Yeah. There you go. You see the cut on that gouge? What is that? That angle, according to David Ellsworth, is about 65 degrees. That's according to David. But David doesn't come over here and work with this tool. I do. And I'm happy with the way it is. So my Black Hawk is set up 247, where I got 2 sticking out the guide, 4 above the pocket, and 7 from the face. And every time I put it on and go 1 pass, that's the beautiful part. 1 pass, I put a fresh new edge on it in exactly the same spot. Now, that's 65 degrees. I told you that's about 45 degrees. A regular bow gouge, 45 degrees. Fingernail gouge, 65, 70, 75 degrees. You know, you can't go 90, that's straight. But if you're happy with the way a tool cuts, measure it, write it down, note it, write it on a wall. Note it, and you'll be able to get back to it. Just like on your skew. Now this is my skew. And I don't sharpen this on a rig. I sharpen it on the grinder. Now All I do is pull it down, get that edge on and push it back up. Get that edge on, push it back up. That's it. Do the same thing on the other side. This angle right here, you slip the gauge over, it's going to be 25 degrees. Ideally 25 degrees. If it's blunt, fatter, you're going to be fighting the cut. Because it's actually a slice or a cut. You're not blowing off stuff. You're slicing it out the way. And if it's too fine, it's going to get too brittle. So 25 degrees is recommended in the big book on wood turning. You don't have the big book. You didn't get the big book on wood turning. It's got all the answers, all the angles, all the gauges, all the... It's got nothing. It doesn't exist. There is no big book on wood turning. Whoever does it will catch flack from all the professionals out there because they'll have their own opinion and it works for them, and then they'll, you know what'll happen. So there is no big book on wood turning. If you have a tool and it cuts right, you're okay. If you have a tool that's not cutting right, you need to make some adjustments. Just like I said on the skew. I got this from Ellie Avasara. Not the skew. Did I? No. No, this is from D-Way Tools. Yeah, Dave at D-Way, D-Way Tools. Got some awesome tools out there. In fact, that's where the... Yep. They all came from Dave. And I got more in there. If I like the tool and I use it, I get one from Dave. I don't have to buy a set. I talked about the angles on the gouges. That's critical now. To get the angles to the cutting angle, the same as you want it. That works good for you. And oh yeah, your brother-in-law doesn't know more than you do. So leave it alone. I started to tell you about, we were just not talking about getting tools from Dave. Buying tools, I buy them single. One of each of what I need. I didn't buy one of everything. God, that would be so stupid. You'd believe I would do that, huh? No. Rather than that, I bought one of everything I've needed. Now, how do you go about that? You decide you need a tool, you call Dave, you tell him what you're going to do with it, how you're going to use it, and he will fit it up for you. He'll every tool that comes out of his shop goes through to his hands. So, but don't buy the kit. If you go to Home Depot or Lowe's or Harbor Freight or one of the catalog services, they're all going to tell you, you get this kit and you're home free. You're not home free with some salesman's making his money. No, I still hadn't figured out what some of the tools in the first kit I bought could ever be used for. Squares and rectangles and, I mean, some really, I guess at one time they might have had a purpose. I can't figure out what it is. So I bought one kit. I learned on that one kit. Don't buy a kit. Try a tool at your friend's place, like it, call Dave, order it. It's easy. Now, let's see. Talk about tool angles. Sharpening your tools. Setting, oh wait. Do you know what this is? We've been selling a heck of a lot of these because new turners are getting into segments. And let's tell you what this one is. This is 6/12/24. See how it's divided up? If you're going to do something with 6 sides, 12 sides, or 24 sides, what you do is you cut the block out on your table saw with a sled, and you see what area it covers. It's that simple. See a little drawing right there. Guy said, "Where's all the written instructions?" Right there. But that ain't enough. How much more do you need to know except what size to cut the piece? This isn't going to tell you how to turn the bowl. This isn't going to tell you that the pieces are wrong. It's going to tell you if they're right angle to get what you want, and at the right width, which moves them up or down. You wouldn't believe how many false rings I cut out when I first got started. Because I need a 4-inch ring, I'd cut a piece out, and it'd come up to be 5 3/4 or 6 or 7 or 8. Not what I needed. And oh yeah, by the way, if the cuts don't work, throw the piece in the firebox. Let it go to waste. Don't try to recut those pieces. When you're setting up the jig, getting it all together, get yourself a piece of 1x2. Here's a term. Loplolly white pine. It's a cheap white pine. Get a couple of sticks at Home Depot of those. They got them. Use that to cut your rings out. And then when you cut the rings out and you push them together and you put one band of freezer tape or painter's tape on it and they look like they fit perfectly, no gaps, your jig is working. You adjust until you get to that. And you adjust on scrap lumber, not on good wood. I don't make any effort of or any notion of you burning good wood. You don't want to do that. You want good wood that you can make sure it's dimensionally right. They have to be dimensionally, right. What I mean is that like 1x2 is 3/4 by 1.5 inches, something like that. You can't just rip something off the side of a pallet. Now, you get that and you pull them together and they make a perfect ring, no gaps, you're okay. You can glue it up. If you have to put the clamp on it, the clamp being a refrigeration clamp or a ductwork band clamp or something like that, available in the mechanical section of Home Depot. When you put the clamp on it, if you got to tighten it down to get it pull up, there ain't a glue in the world going to hold up to that. I've sat and watched it happen. You'll see a piece just crack when the wood moves. So don't do it. Get them the way when you put that tape on them and pull them together, they're perfect. You can use that template for that angle forever. Because you just move the stop on how far you want it. Move the stop, make a cut and flip it over. Move it to the stop, make a cut and flip it over. And you'll be happy as can be. Now, another guy asked me, that one's a circle, right? Okay. But these aren't. No, but they accomplish the same thing just for 5, 10, or 20 pieces. Weird numbers. And here for 4, 8, or 16. Why? Because all you need is that one area to gauge it out at. Now my partner in crime is Charlie Craigle. He's a darn good wood turner, awesome draftsman, or CAD operator. And he drew this thing up with me. We did this we said January 2009. That's really off because we did it back in 2002, 2003. And we were giving them away at the club when one of the masters of the club came to us and said, you're violating somebody's copyright, so you can't do that anymore. We had more information, more layout, more detail than anybody else in the market. How we violate anybody's copyright? But they could make some noise and give me a hard time, and they did, so we stopped doing it. Then we started selling them. And we were selling a lot of them. They couldn't understand that either. Why would somebody pay me for this when there's a guy in one of the catalogs that's got this one and he gets $13 for it? Well, I'm giving you more than that in spread and effort. It's heavy duty laminate, real heavy duty laminate. It's shop proof, and it's what you want. So, hey, look for this. It's on the temple on the catalog. Oh, I said catalog. I should be slapped for that, huh? We don't have a catalog. The basis of our design, the basis of Big Eye Productions, www.eddiecastellan.com, this right here. The whole basis of it is keep the cost out and pass the savings to you. We're the lowest market on cutters on the planet. That's a big ball statement, isn't it? But it's absolutely true. We've got the finest cutters made of the best carbide with extreme accuracy to fit on other people's tools and our tools, and we have the lowest prices on the planet. How do we do it? It's me and management. No catalog, no phone service, no girl taking orders. When you dial the phone, the number you call is going to ring in my pocket. If I'm driving, I won't answer it. Now, I think that should be the law, but hey. But management will take your call. She can help you just as well as I can. And if it's a question about wood turning, I will call you back. I'll get back to you. But no catalog. It's all on our website, www.eddiecastellan.com. I think there was something else we needed to cover today. Oh, whoa. Man, if I screw up, you guys give me grief. Here's the deal. SWAT, Southwest Area Turners. SWAT, S-W-A-T. No, we're not talking about Rambo and Ainbo and all those other guys. This organization is a group of wood turners. The whole organization consists of other groups of wood turners. I think it might be 19 or 20 clubs in it now that put the show on. That's right. So if you want to ask the show director, he was elected. He's a member of a club. He's over there. He's around. He's working his butt off for 3 days to give you a great show. It's not, we don't have anybody that you can say, oh, we thought, or they can say, oh, we thought the director took care of that. No, the director's there now. And it attracts some of the finest wood turners in the world. And if you want to know if it stands up against the AAW, the AAW doesn't stand up against it. I'm talking about total organization. There's no BS about who's in charge and who can use this and who can use that. None of that. It's a bunch of guys that get together, a bunch of guys and gals, that get together and put on a great symposium. Good sales for it too. I mean, you got Vince Welch and Mr. Brown and JT Tools, and I mean, all these people are there. Lyle is there. They're all there selling stuff, talking to you. They're there to help wood turners be wood turners. It is August 25th, 6th, and 7th. It's held in Waco, Texas, at the Waco Convention Center, with tons of hotels around it. Some are really close. I think it's Marriott, Hilton, one of them's connected to the convention center. And across the street's Courtyard. Now, don't get excited. You go to the website, and they're going to say, we're not taking registration. They don't do it until like March. Why? Because you don't get anything until you register. But you're in the pot, okay? Don't worry about it. We'll get you in. They get 1,000, 1,200 people a year in there. Oh, I got to tell you, let me caution you about the expense of lunch there. It's free. Yeah, it's free. Friday and Saturday, lunch is free. It's what you pay for. You have to pay $20 for a Coke and a muffin. Well, you can, and if you really want to, let me know. I'll bring a box of muffins and a can of Cokes. But otherwise, you can get some really great cooking for lunch. And then there's the Saturday night dinner. And that really goes on great. So, if you need more information, just go to the website, SWAT Turners, SWATURNERS.org, and you'll get all the details on it. I'll see you there. I'll be there. And I'm looking forward to it. Get this. My wife, management, the lady that runs this place, she really likes it. She put it on her calendar before I put it on my calendar this year. She liked SWAT. So, and there's activities for ladies there and all. So, with that, I think we covered a handful of things. That's what I was out to do. I was out to show you what I could, where I could, how I could, and I hope you come back and visit with me again. Every couple of days or so I'll find a project in the shop that doesn't involve turning, and I'll bring it out here and show it to you and explain it to you, and you'll get a lot out of it. You will, I promise. It will help you grow as a wood turner. It'll help you save money, turn out better work, and have art that people are begging you to give them. And if you never had a better feeling in your life, turn something and give it to somebody and have them appreciate it. It really, right there, you get that little burning. All right, I'm Captain Eddie Castellan. You've been with me in my shop as we've been making shavings. Take care, be good, I'll see you soon. Oh man, I wanted to talk about buffing. We'll do that next time.